Right now is what I'm going to make run. It's a 40 Ford. It's a flathead V8. It's got a few issues. The engine does turn over by hand, so we know it's not seized, but it's missing a distributor, which we have an aftermarket one we'll stick on. It's missing a carburetor, which we have an aftermarket one we'll stick on. We have a kit to rebuild the fuel pump, which we will do. And we will install a new solenoid, modern one, so that we can hook a 12-volt battery up for starting and running purposes only. We will not, however, power the rest of the harness because 12 volts on a 6-volt system don't seem to really want to work together. So for safety factor, we're just gonna keep it just to the engine and not to the electrical system. Our hope is to get this thing running and moving under its own power. It does have a few transmission issues, so we'll be working on that. But overall, it's a pretty cool old truck. It's in really good shape. Now we have taken some of the trim off of it just to preserve it for safekeeping. And we'll be replacing the windows and, getting the door windows up and down and working a little bit on the interior, as you can see. But really great shape for its age. We're gonna have fun with it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And if you want to see the whole project, subscribe. Leave me a comment, because I'd really like to know what you guys think. If you see me do something wrong, obviously I'm not perfect, so feel free to correct me. But anyway, you guys enjoy, and we'll talk soon. Alright, so after a little bit of wrestling, I got the hood off of it. I had turned over and tried to take off some of the trim. Got the hood trim off. Can't get that one off. I did get this one off. But now what we're going to do is we're going to take that fuel pump off so that we can overhaul it. Okay, so in order to get this fuel pump off of here, there's 2 bolts, one on each side. Not a big deal, it comes straight out, but there is a push rod down inside the oil cap that has to go on that lever arm for the fuel pump. But we can't seem to get to this other nut or this other bolt over here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the fuel pump apart, take the top off of it, and see if we can access it that way. Okay, so I got the fuel pump off there. I didn't want to give up without a fight. That bolt to the right, the one on the driver's side, you have to use a wrench on that to get it out. And even taking the bowl off of it doesn't help because the body of the fuel pump is in the way. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, it's in the way, so you have to use a wrench on it. But here's the fuel pump. I went ahead and took the screws out of the top of it to try and open it because I wanted to leave the bowl on it when I took it apart, but that was not possible, so I took the bowl off of it, and you can see what's down in the bottom of that bowl after who knows how long of sitting there. Paint thinner, paint varnish is more like it. So I got the kit from Van Pelt Sales. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, but they sell a lot of flathead parts. That's basically all they do, is sell flathead parts. Interesting thing about this kit, it also fits a Toyota. But not only does it fit a Toyota, it also fits Nissan and Mazda. One of the things I learned a while back was that after World War II, the Japanese had a lot of these vehicles and a lot of Jeeps, and they reverse engineered them. And the FJ40 is one of those reverse engineered vehicles with that fuel pump and that kit will overhaul. Interesting tidbit. So I'm going to put the hood back on it while I overhaul the fuel pump, and just to keep the garbage and stuff out of it, and hopefully most of the dust. And we'll come back out as soon as I get that done.